Yeah, that's wishful thinking.
What's up, guys? It's Nick from Wishful Thinking Podcast. Always Hadley here as well.
Yes, sir.
Just want to let everybody know that we're looking for sponsorships. So if you are in the area or even nationally and you want to sponsor us, put some products in our video, we'd be happy to do so.
Anything from coasters, t-shirts, hats, flags.
Hell, you could give us lube, and I will put a bottle of lube right over here on our countertop. So just want to say, once again, if you're looking to sponsor us, we are accepting sponsorships, and we would love to showcase your brand.
Yes, sir.
What up, Wishful Thinkers? It's your boy Nick. No guest this time. We're back with another episode of a 1v1. Me, you, the camera, and my problems. Today we're going to talk about how I almost went bankrupt in July of 2025. This will always forever be a month that I will remember for the rest of my professional career. I literally almost went bankrupt, and I had to spend about $20-some thousand just to survive. So we're going to break it down, exactly what happened that month. And I'm going to tell you right now how I battled it, how I conquered it, and how I'm still thriving. So first and foremost, you guys know I have the landscaping company. It's booming. It's doing really, really well, okay? The landscaping company is doing so good. I'm grateful for everything that I have, and we're just going to keep running it up, and we're going to build there. So what happened in July of 2025? First, my mower broke. I had to buy a brand new zero-turn mower. You know what I spent on that? $4,000. All right, so right now we're at $4,000. Then my truck broke down. I had to replace all the brake lines and a bunch of other bullshit on it. That was $1,600. So now we're at $5,600. Then I have that rental that I told you guys about. I have my rental property in Lakewood. The upstairs bathroom flooded overnight and seeped down through the floor and into the kitchen. Completely wrecked the kitchen. I had to do a full kitchen renovation. We had to do a fresh coat of paint on everything. All new drywall on the ceilings, brand new cabinets, brand new countertop, brand new appliances, brand new sink. All in all, I spent roughly about $13,000 on that. So right there, we're at about $19,000, $20,000. Okay. Then on top of that, I had to pay payroll. I had to pay mortgages. I had to pay my normal bills. I had to eat. I had to survive. I had to do everything that I could. July 2025 was a absolutely crazy month. Literally took $20,000 plus to keep me afloat. Now, you say, Nick, it's a lot of money. How did you manage that? When all that shit was going down, I literally was working so hard. I overbooked myself on a bunch of landscaping jobs just to make some money. It was indescribable, the amount of pressure that I felt during that little period of time, because everything was so time sensitive, right? I had to get a new mower as soon as possible so I can get back on the road, so I can start, continue cutting my clients. Had to fix my truck because I needed to drive to my clients. We had another truck, but I needed this as the work truck. Had to fix that kitchen because now my tenants are living there. Was there mold? Was there not mold? Water damage. I had to call in specialty people to check for mold and mildew. And then now there was no mold and mildew. They still needed a kitchen. They're paying money every month for a unit. I can't leave them without a kitchen. So the ball had to get rolling on that. The payroll, I can't not pay people. I have to pay payroll on time. All the bills have to be, so everything was extremely time sensitive. Everything needed to happen within 30 to 45 days. And it was a lot. My brother and I, shout out to Habibi, we got into a fight one night because it was just so stressful on the both of us that it just caused a huge tension between us. Not even like a bad tension, but we were just both so stressed, and we knew how serious all the problems were, and it was just not good. So if you want to know how I got out of that situation, just work my ass off. When you get hit in life and you get hit by something that heavy, you have to keep fighting, and you have to you got to solve the one thing at a time. So first I started by fixing my truck. Okay, boom. Then the mower. I took out a small personal loan from my uncle. He paid it, and then I paid him back. In terms of fixing the rental, we paid that off a little bit at a time. Each step of that process, it was about a 60-day rehab. So each step of the way, we would pay, okay, drywall comes in, that's $900. Boom, let's handle that. Worry about everything else. Okay, countertop, that's $700. We'll do that somewhere else. Cabinets, $4,000. Okay, let's figure that out. Boom, boom, boom. Appliances, that's $3,000-4,000. Okay, boom, boom, boom. We'll get that together. So you got to figure it out one step out of the way. If you solve a small problem in the midst of a lot of big problems, then eventually that big problem will be solved because you're knocking things out individually one step at a time. So the moral of the story here, guys, is that everybody wants to be a business owner. Everybody thinks, oh, it's great. This guy's making all this money. You're a business owner. You're doing all this stuff. People don't tell you how stressful it actually is. Nobody tells you the failure stories. Nobody tells you how hard it can really be and what it takes to actually do that. And I'm here to tell you guys, first and foremost, it's not for everybody. If it was for everybody, then everybody would be doing it. It is not easy. It was not easy coming up with $20,000 in a month, especially when I'm not rich. I'm not rich yet. So to come up with like $20-some thousand just to stay afloat was absolutely brutal. And you just got to knock it out one step at a time, because when life knocks you down, you got to figure out how to take punches, and you got to stand back up, and you got to keep fighting. Because what was my contrary to that? My contrary was what? Go bankrupt, lose my house, lose my other house, let my business crumble, have no vehicle. I couldn't do any of that. I couldn't afford any of that. So I had to fight, and I had to solve problems one problem at a time, because now that we're past that, looking back on it, it's made me that much stronger. I now know that whatever life can throw at me, I can handle it and I can bounce back, because they say if you don't almost go bankrupt every year or two, you're not doing shit anyways. So take those lessons with a grain of salt and just keep fighting on, because life is about a fight. You're going to battle no matter what you do. If you're in a job, you're battling for your job. If you're a fighter, you're battling in the ring. If you're an athlete, you're battling every single day on that field or that court. If you're an entrepreneur, you're battling every single day in your market against people who want to come and take your lunch money. And they're not going to take my lunch money. I am going to fight to the death, and I'm going to prevail. So that is another episode of the One-on-One. Shout out to everybody who always stayed with us and everybody who's tapping in. Our podcast is doing incredible. We are so excited at the trajectory of where it's going to go. You guys already know my other podcast, the Just a Wedding podcast. That's doing great. We just landed a deal with the Pittsburgh DJ Summit. We're going to be providing a studio out there, and we're going to do some collaborations with them. The Wishful Thinking Podcast, we have a ton of great guests coming, so make sure you guys stay tuned as always. It's another episode of One-on-One, and the main theme for today is always fight. Handle problems one at a time, because then the larger problems will take care of themselves. It took me $20-some thousand plus to stay alive in July of 2025, and I'm still standing. I'm still here. I'm still recording for the Wishful Thinking Podcast for free. So make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, follow along with our journey. You won't regret it. One day you're going to wish you followed us earlier. This is Nick, and I'll catch you guys later.
What's going on, Wishful Thinkers? Just want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors of these videos, Sound Precision Entertainment and Cufflink Media. Thank you so much for letting us use the studio and the equipment.
Sound Precision Entertainment is a Cleveland local-based wedding DJ company. Cufflink Media does photography and videography as well. So if you're in the market and you're looking for any of these services, whether it's weddings, outings, parties, or anything of the nature, make sure you reach out to them at spedj.com and cufflinkmedia.com.